Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you to do these 8 things on your driving test if you want to pass. I'll be going over 8 simple things that you should be doing on your driving test if you want to have the best chance at passing. Now don't get me wrong, you can be the best driver in the world and still fail your driving test, but you got to work with the odds, meaning you have to do the things that will make you more likely to pass. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. The first thing that you should do on your driving test if you want to pass is you should follow at a safe distance. If you follow the car in front of you too closely, if you follow at an unsafe distance, then what can happen is you can get into an accident or a near accident. Both of those things are going to be horrible for your chances of passing the driving test. In fact, both of them will probably cause you to immediately fail. So with that being said, you have to learn how to follow at a safe distance and make sure that you're maintaining that safe distance. The best way to measure it is in terms of seconds. Now, as a rule of thumb, I always use the rule of thumb as of 3 seconds as a safe following distance. So you're going to want to start counting at 0 when the car in front of you passes a pole, let's say, and stop counting when you pass that same pole. If you pass that pole and you've counted to 3, let's say, then you have a 3-second following distance, and that's usually safe if you're driving in dry, ideal road conditions. If you're driving in the snow, in the rain, or anything else that's not so ideal, well, then you have to increase that to 4, 5, or even 6 seconds. So measure your following distance in terms of seconds and make sure that you're keeping a safe following distance, okay? The second thing that you should be doing for your driving test is you should adjust your speed according to the weather. Now, not only should you adjust your following distance like I just spoke about, sorry, but you should also adjust your speed, meaning if you're driving at 50 kilometers an hour when the roads are dry and ideal and it starts to rain, well, you shouldn't be driving at 50 kilometers an hour anymore. You should slow down. So you want to adjust your speed according to the weather. The third thing that you can do is always signal. Now, what happens is as drivers gain more experience and they gain more comfort, they oftentimes will get rid of these good habits and they'll build these bad habits. Signaling is one of those things. A lot of the time, as a driver gains more experience, they'll stop signaling all the time. They'll only signal when they have to. That's a horrible thing, and you definitely don't want to do that at all, but especially not for the driving test. So what you want to do is make sure that you know when you should be signaling and always signal at those moments that you have to be using your turn signals. Number 4, what you want to do is keep 2 hands on the wheel as often as possible. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you have to have 2 hands on the wheel every single second of your driving career, because that's not practical at all. In fact, right now I only have 1 hand on the wheel because I'm stuck in bumper to bumper traffic and I'm driving super slow and I have to sort of move on my seat like that. So with that being said, I do want to say that for your driving test specifically, you literally want to have 2 hands on the wheel as often as you possibly can. If you're driving a manual car, you want to make sure that basically, as long as you're not shifting, 2 hands are on the wheel. If you're driving an automatic car, you should pretty much have 2 hands on the wheel the entire time. You know, literally, there's almost no reason why you should be taking your hand off of the wheel in an automatic car for your driving test specifically. In a real life driving situation, I understand reasons why, but for the driving test, just keep your both hands on the wheel. Number 5 on this list is always think with safety first. If you literally think with safety at the front of your mind, you're automatically going to have a much better chance at passing the driving test. It is a proven fact that safe drivers are more likely to pass the driving test than drivers that make unsafe maneuvers. So with that being said, you have to always think with safety first, literally as much as you possibly can. Tip number 6, or the 6th thing that you should do on your driving test, is park like a pro. You should be practicing your parking skills until you can do it consistently like a professional. Okay, very, very simple. Just gonna use good driving etiquette to say thank you to this person behind me for letting me in the lane. Sorry, on a side note, when you get your license, make sure you use driving etiquette. But park like a pro is the one that we were on. Forward parking, reverse parking, angle parking, parallel parking, literally any parking that you might have to do for the test, make sure that you know how to do it inside and out. Practice until you've nailed all of them. It's as simple as that. Number 7 on this list is change lanes smoothly. You might do all of the right safety procedures before you change lanes. You might, put your signal on, check your mirrors, check your blind spot, and so forth. But if you change lanes too aggressively and the driving test examiner is being sort of thrown around, that's not going to be good for your chances of passing. Change lanes smoothly. Practice your lane change procedure until it's as smooth as butter, fresh butter, okay? Not stale butter, fresh butter, that level of smoothness. Moving forward to number 8. Number 8 is look far ahead and look where you want to go. Where you look plays a big role in your steering and your ability to drive safely. If you look further ahead, you're going to be notified of obstructions in the road, of cars that are pulled over, of, unsafe situations up ahead much earlier in advance than if you just look right in front of the car. So look further ahead. And also when you're turning, you want to look where you want to go. Use your visual direction to guide your steering. And that's basically it. In this video, I've told you to do these 8 things on your driving test if you want to pass. If you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more great car and driving videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.